Thank you. It's lovely to see everybody here. John, can you turn that volume down fractionally on that, please? Is that better? Yeah. Right, okay. So, as ever, it's our annual general meeting, which just is the way we spell party at TLS. Yes, so welcome everybody. Thank you, Jackie. Jackie's my big fan, she gets a bonus. Alright, okay, so let me just introduce you to someone that's very special and important in Thurrock. And this is our Mayor, otherwise known as Councillor Rice. And she's just going to say a few words to open up our little party. There you go, over to you.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's fair. Good afternoon. You've got a special prize too. It's really fantastic to be here with you all today, and at your annual general meeting, otherwise known as party. So I'm really looking forward to listening to the music with you a bit later on. And I have been involved with Thurrock Lifestyle Solutions for quite a few years now. Behind the scenes most of the time with the council and about the funding and stuff like that. So, it's wonderful to be here at our annual general meeting. Nice to see so many, and I think we should say a big special thank you to your board of directors who that make it possible for us to run the organisation and for Neil to run Thurrock Lifestyle Solutions. I hope it continues to grow in Thurrock. Certainly we're 100% behind that. So I'd like to formally open the meeting, say welcome to you all, and let's have a good time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mayor. She needs to have her photograph taken with Sonny, quite clearly. It's alright, I know he's better looking.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say a big thank you for coming to the 11th Thurrock Lifestyle Solutions AGM this year. Again, so I tried to everyone? Okay, that's good, because I'm about to introduce the one and only Chief Executive Officer, Neil Whippers, to take it away.
Thank you. Okay, lots of people here, lovely to see you. We decided to do this on the longest day of the year like we usually do, and then we realised that of course that means there's lots of sunshine. So we're not sure you're going to be able to see anything, but we're going to try anyway. So without further ado, the first thing we want to show you, if you just turn the master volume down, cheers John. First thing we want to show you is a little film, because as is traditional at these events, the directors get a bit shy about speaking on the mic, so they've recorded a little film. Yeah, that's right, Tom. A little film with a message from each of the directors. If nothing else, you'll be able to hear this. I'm not sure you'll be able to see it, so here we go.
I've been a director almost 10 years, and I've been trying to get this company up and running. I'm passionate on DJ workshop to build up my DJ skills to teach others. One more thing I do that on is the health and well. So I devised this annual health checks to promote the healthy lifestyle of their choice.
I've been a director for 10 years at TLS. I like to go and help out Liam's nightclubs. I think it's really good fun to have all experience and have all people dancing about and having a good time.
I'm Kevin. I've been a director for about 2 years. I'm also a personal assistant. I do a lot of work in the localities, interested in trying to get staff training quite high. Recently we've been doing more training with customers such as the Money A&E and the sex and sexuality training, which I think is doing well. I'm interested in trying to get as many activities as possible, getting our customers to do more, to be more active, to live a healthier life.
As of 2018, we have 15 properties, 5 of which we own and 2 of which we're using for transition. In our autism service, we have 7 customers, and I've realised great progress in the work and independent living skills through their applied behaviour analysis.
I'm a new director. I've just come to the company. I use PAs all the time, and I'm very passionate that all customers get the right PA to help them. I want my staff to be friendly, approachable, good at timekeeping.
We have just started the theory of change, which makes it our 3rd phase of the company. I hope to see lots of impact assessments because it will improve our company throughout the year. This year, we have done our Thurrock Autism Community Together, and it is coming on leaps and bounds, and there is a film later on to do with it. I hope you enjoy it. The Poley Road Autism Flats, there was yesterday a day where people have gone to view it and see it. I hope to hear lots of good feedback from that. I'm really interested to see many case studies of the improvement that you have all made throughout the year, because it's down to you. With your improvements, we will be a good company.
Well done, Anne. Thank you, everyone. I'm sure if we were a bigger company, I'd have a technician doing all this, wouldn't I? I don't know. Anyway, so I know you couldn't really see much of that, so everyone's got to stay till midnight to watch it again when it's dark, yeah? Yay. Right, okay, so a few facts, because we're not doing big speeches today. Actually, first thing I want to say is thank you to our friends in Hardy Park here. What an amazing organisation, so I think they deserve a big round of applause. We love Hardy Park. We want everyone in Thurrock to take over their park. If you've got a park near you and you want to take it over, see Rob Groves, he's the man who will help you take it over. We love parks that are being taken over. Anyway, a few facts. Last year we supported 298 people directly, 100 people indirectly. We did over 3,000 hours a week of support. That's amazing, isn't it? We did 2,500 days equivalent of free volunteering that different people involved in the company were part of. We work with over 60 partnership organisations. I mean, that's just amazing. And yesterday, we went with the local MP and others, and we opened our project that we've got there in Stamford, 4 new flats that have been built. They're not owned by us, we went into partnership with Birnbeck, but 4 flats specifically designed for people with autism, and it's our intention to build some more. Now, as you heard from Anne just recently, what we did recently is we've made a film all about our service that we've just started called Thurrock Autistic Community Together. I'll say we just started, it's been 2 years, but we're into our 2nd year now, and we're really, really proud of what this has achieved. Now, I'm not sure it's going to be very clear on the screen, but there's plenty of talking in it, including me, sorry. But you can listen to this and see it if you can to hear what this service is all about. Some of the guys in the film are sat over here. If you want to sign anyone's autograph afterwards, the people that are in this film are sat over there, so you can ask them about it. If they want to see it clear, it's on the little screen at the front. Alright, okay, let me press play. So it's 7 minutes this, please indulge us because it's worth listening to. Right, technician, okay, here we go. Thank you very much. Yeah, you should have come out the front, done it.
Autistic Community Together TACS as it's known, was established from Thurrock Lifestyle Solutions because we believe in people as experts by experience, not least of which autistic people themselves, and also importantly their families and carers. And so we got together with people and we were saying, right, so Thurrock has this amazing applied behavioural analysis service that was set up in the schools by Leslie Love, and we wanted to try and build on that in an adult environment. The idea was that in the future there was a way in which people, instead of like dropping off the edge of autistic services, that they'd be able to use the applied behavioural analysis techniques in their ordinary lives in the community. Our first person, Elliot's just finishing his second year, and the reality is that since he's got back on the ABA programme, I can really see evidence of the skills that he's learning to help him go forward in his life.
It's been proven that those with a learning disability and autism take longer to learn things, and especially for Elliot. He's done TACS for the last 2 years. The difference in him was amazing, and I think that's for me was what he needed as well, was a change for people to approach him differently. And obviously how specific ABA is, that was crucial in sort of teaching him stuff that we'd half got there with bits and pieces, the showering and the blood tests, and he's had 3 of them now. So, and that's amazing. I never ever thought that he would actually sit there and just go, God, do your worst. Do you know what I mean? And just let someone do it. So his annual health check is even more positive now, because before he couldn't cope with sitting in a doctor's room because it was just too small, too confined. I'm pleased that he can now. So yeah, the difference in him, he's just much more happier because he's treated like a grown-up now.
One of the things that we really appreciate about people with autism is that they're individuals. It would be crazy to think that everybody is the same. So we see everybody as having gifts, and within that we do a lot of analysis with our TAC team to see where people are at and what are the areas that they can work on to improve their ability to live in the world.
When he was about, I suppose, 14, 15, I started looking around thinking he's going to leave school. And it was a bit scary, to be honest, as his mum, and thinking, oh no, like there was no expectations on a lot of these day services. I wanted him to carry on learning. I wanted him to sort of be able to have his blood tests. All them sort of everyday things that most of us adults take for granted, that we don't even give it a second thought.
ABA uses a method called chaining, that's a way of breaking down ordinary human processes into understandable segments. Our staff are really good at developing chains alongside individuals and families, and what these chains are based on are the individual, not set textbook ways of doing things.
So that is the concept of like the ABA, and that's why I like it so much, because the concept of saying certain things and getting what you want, basically, that's been initiated through the ABA as well, and it's been taught correctly to him, so he understands what the expectation is and how to learn to get what he wants.
Ultimately, what we want is people have a lifestyle of their choice, and the way to do that is by supporting people to learn new skills and to be happy and content in the person that they are.
Before starting, Giuseppe was completely dependent on me, but having you guys come in and show me how to actually teach him has made me realise that actually, you know, these skills can be learned, and he's much more independent. I can literally just be there to sort of get him, you know, I don't actually have to do it for him now. I can literally send him up, he'll get himself dressed. He's like pretty much doing so much more than he ever was. He's now learned the skills that have been taught to him. He's just able to get himself ready. He's able to prepare his own breakfast, make his lunch. So now he doesn't so much come to me to ask me for everything. He would always, like, just the other day, I could tell he was hungry, and I said, well, you choose, what do you want to have? So he just went over, got himself some toast, put it in the toaster and did it. The next minute he sat having it, and I'm like, that's amazing, because before he may have been hungry, but he didn't actually know how to sort that out for himself. So now he's able to just independently do that, and that to me is huge.
ABA is something that doesn't just happen in our building intact or when our staff are working. Our aim right from the start was for it to be a continuation, for people to use that technique and use the skills they've learned just in ordinary life.
A few weeks ago we went shopping together, so we went around and we got all his bits, and that was fine. I got my own stuff, and we were at the checkout, and we were unpacking our bits, and he suddenly said he wanted chocolate cake. And so I was like, oh, I'm far away from where I need to go. So I thought, this is the first time it's ever happened, but I said, go on then, Zeb, you go and get your own. So he went on his own. I was at the checkout, I was in a bit of a panic because I was thinking, is he going to come back? Was he going to like go off to Lakeside? But he literally went off, found the aisle, got his chocolate cake and came back, and to me, and I was so happy, I was like praising him, and I could see people in the shop thinking, but he's like a grown man, why are you, but that was such an amazing thing for me because he's never ever been able to do that, where a few years ago he would have just found an exit and gone running really, but now I think he thinks, well, this is what I want, I've come in here to buy what I need, and this is my reinforcement, buying it and actually eating it. He's going shopping now himself, and he's getting the things that he wants in his basket, whereas before he'd come shopping and some of those things weren't relevant to him because he couldn't eat them anyway, whereas now he wants to go to Sainsbury's all the time because he wants to choose his own things so he can eat them. I've seen so many changes in such a short space of time, which is amazing.
Ultimately, when we look over the last 2 years, we're really proud of all the achievements of the people that have been through this process, and we really see it that ABA in a community setting is the way forward for a lot of the people that we meet, and can really support them to, actually have the lifestyle of their choice, but also simply to be happy in the community.
Well done, everyone. Is that the first time Giuseppe's seen himself on the telly? I think it is, isn't it? Right, don't run away because I've got some ASDAN certificates to give out. And the first one is actually going to go to Giuseppe. Come across, come, look, I've got a certificate here. Well done. That's that man. Right, is Matt here? Matt, you're going to come and get your certificate. Well done, Matt. Come and get it. Good man. Right, I'll keep it a bit quieter. Okay. Well done. Thank you very much. Right, is Charlie here? I haven't seen him. He's around somewhere. Is he? Oh, hang on. Maybe not. It's alright. Where is he?
He's just gone off with Robin.
That's fine. He needs a what? Oh, you're going to go take it to him. That's really
No, I'm
fine.
going to hold on to it.
Thank you, Tony. Right, Ellie. Has Ellie left? She has, hasn't she? Yeah. That's safe. And there was also one for Gavin, which we're really proud of. He's not here. He's on holidays and he's gone out. And that just leaves our Jessie. Come and get a certificate, mate. Well done. That's very good of you. Comes down at the front. Okay, so we're nearly done. For those of you who want to see the film in less light, I might set it up into the CAF so we can watch in a bit if you want, yeah? To see it again. Okay, meantime, at the back of the tent there, you will have noticed that there's some boxes for you to vote. For those of you who've been with us before, we're a community interest company, which means we give our profits back to the community, or we spend them on new services in this. Thanks, Jess. We sell them to. We spend them on new services, yeah. So at the back there's some well-known local charities that the directors chose. You should all get 3 tokens each and put a token in each box that you want to get. The top 3 get yeah, you can have a go, Tom. The top 3 get £1,000 each. Right, so we're giving away £3,000 today. Yeah, nice one, Dan. Dan's excited. That's for good causes. We like to give away money because it's important. That's what our profits are for. Right, so we're going to do that. So please vote, and then we'll announce that. Right, Victoria, are you ready? Where is she? I can't see it because you changed your clothes. I'm confused. You're beautiful and red now. So Victoria wrote to me and asked if she could do a little performance at our AGM. So Sonny, can you pull that screen right back? Right. Have we got the music master? Just pull it back. We'll be fine. You need a roving microphone. Walking. Oh no, wireless one. I haven't got one, but that's okay because you dance beautifully. So you dance. You don't need to sing. We'll just watch you dance. Is that right? What a beautiful dance, and what lovely words. I got all emotional then. That was lovely. Right, go on, sit yourself down. Thank you so much. That was lovely. Well done. Takes a lot of bottles to do that. Okay, so just a couple of last little things then, one of which sort of relates to that song a little bit, in that we still have what's known as the Liam and Leslie Trust, who are two of our previous directors that we sadly lost, who died far too young, as people here know. But the positive upside of that story is that there's a trust fund for people to apply for money. So if you yourself, or you know someone in the community that says, I've always wanted to, whatever, could be have a go at wing walking on a plane in Aveley, because we know someone that's doing that, not from the trust, that was a staff collection, or maybe even go on a little holiday, or someone spent some money tracing their ancestors, someone spent some money getting a passport because they couldn't afford a passport to go on holiday. We've got quite a lot of money to give away for that trust because people were very generous, so we would like applications, so talk to any staff or any of the coordinators about that, or if you know someone that would like some cash. I've always wanted to have a driving lesson, I don't know, anything you want, we will give the money towards that, but not including you going up that tower again, Gary, that scared me. Right, so, okay, that's all the sort of formalish bits that we need to do. It's been really lovely to see everyone. The one thing that we don't do here is we don't go through our accounts in great detail, but for anybody in this room, so we've done it in the formal AGM, anybody that wants a copy of our accounts, they're at the front here, you're more than welcome to have them, and John Paddock that's here is able to explain anything that you need explaining in there. Please do, if you're a professional or a parent care or anyone else, just take a copy, member of staff, there's no secrets, it's all on the web, feel free to have a look, but you can look at our accounts if you want. Okay, so there's going to be some music, there's certainly going to be some food, and there's certainly going to be some dancing, but thank you everybody for your indulgence and your time today. Let's have a nice time and get the music on and have a party. Take care.